SacconeJolys is one of the internet's longest running and worst family channels ever created, and that is really saying a lot. And the thing about these guys is that they've been around for so long that we can literally trace it all the way back to before they had children, the videos they were putting out, to right now, where those children are old enough to be speaking out against them on TikTok. So I thought we could go over their story, and more specifically, how the father was able to exploit his children and game the system for so long. I say was able, but he's still doing it now. He's just a little less successful nowadays, which is actually turning out to be a bad thing, because as he gets more and more desperate, the exploitation becomes more and more, well, exploitative. You'll understand what I mean as we go further, but it's more grim than you could possibly ever imagine. Enough intro though, because I feel like I could go hours and there's a lot to cover here. So subscribe to the channel if you're interested in all the chisme, which I learned in my last video is Spanish for gossip and not just another word for cheese. I didn't know that. I was confused because I'm just a silly wee gringo. So thank you to the hundreds of commenters that corrected me. We're going for 300k subs by the end of the year, so if you want to be a part of that journey, then feel free to hop aboard. Now let's get into this family, starting with the father's first videos. Now the father does have a YouTube channel of his own, which is where all the content is uploaded nowadays. In their prime, they were uploading to the SacconeJolys family channel, and this channel was originally the outlet that they would post regular content with just the father and the mother. They were a young couple when they started the channel from Ireland, interestingly, and it was very sort of classic old YouTube shitposty type stuff.
Hi guys, today Albie is going to experience ice and snow for the first time. Come with me. When introducing a dog to snow, it's very important to carefully place the dog slowly, not too much, so you get the shock.
That dog's probably dead now. Bit sad, really, isn't it? Okay, this is actually interesting. You can see the comments are turned off here, and the reason for that is most likely because this became a family channel where the kids were constantly on show, right? They are the center of attraction in these videos, and obviously YouTube implemented that new rule a couple years back where if a child is seen in the videos explicitly as in like clearly, or YouTube detects that it is very obviously sort of child-friendly content or content catered towards children, it'll just turn the comments off. And it also makes the video ineligible for monetization, which is the reason why, by the way, this channel was eventually stopped. Like, it was not stopped because they came to some greater moral understanding of how they should be treating their children. It stopped because they couldn't be making any more money out of it. But yeah, you can see it stopped 5 years ago, right coincidentally when YouTube started to crack down on those rules. But they still make money now because he's managed to find a wee loophole that he could exploit. But again, more on that later. I think they were also very popular for these like fuck-ass neon thumbnail things. I mean, I'm looking at this, I'm like 15 years ago in Ireland, this must have been unheard of. Like, these people were definitely the weird kids in school. Or at the very least, you know, Jonathan was. Like, nowadays, people don't really bat an eye at people making videos, but back then, it's like, fuck me, it was the most insane thing ever. It's like liking anime. Liking anime is, like, cool now. But back in the day, it was, oh man, the most bullyable offense imaginable. I mean, even nowadays, to be fair, it's only cool if you watch, like, the mainstream ones, to be fair. Anyway, as you can see in this video, lives changed forever with 5.4 million views. Things took a turn for the better for them, right? This is the video where, obviously, they announced that they have had their first child. But they were making content throughout this, like, a gender reveal, you know, pregnancy, like all that sort of thing. But this is the, you know, actual birth-giving video, if that makes sense. And they are certainly right. Their lives did change forever. Maybe not for the best, but they're definitely different now. I think a lot more people know about them and a lot more people fucking despise them. As we'll get into later, one of those people might just be this child here that is being birthed in this fucking video. It's crazy. Like, the reason I find this family channel so interesting is because it's the oldest one. Like, it's just so weird that like a whole person's life can be documented from the very like conception of their fucking like of their being. Like, the kid whose birth is being detailed in this video hasn't had a lick of privacy their entire life. Everything has been online. Everything. For millions to see, like some Truman Show shit. It's mental. Hello? Oh my god, the fucking mixing is horrible. I can't hear anything that's being said. The music is so loud, man. Oh my god, Jesus Christ, man. I was not expected to see that. Whoa. See, this is what I mean. This kid, you can see... Now, let's blur this, by the way. This is the kid, like, seconds after being born, man. We have seen this kid's whole life... Literally. Like, this is pure insanity.
All right, let's open this up. I took the lid off, and here she is. Oh no! I just shredded the entire plant. No.
Incompetent Paddy Plonker. Fuck your plant up, man. Poor plant. Join the Facebook page. That just, I mean, that really goes to show just how old this shit is. Hot cheerleader mum? The fuck is this?
My name, I don't really know what my name is yet. But Dad is trying to convince Mom to bring me home for you so that Dad can tell you stories. Would you like that? You just need to convince Mom. Yep. You like me?
I feel like I'm watching something on the fucking dark web here.
Oh no, it's almost lunchtime. Hey!
Oh! Cut rapid.
All right, I don't think we're gonna watch any of these videos, man. You know, I don't think it needs to be said. This is not exactly my type of content. What is this here? SacconeJolys vlogs, vlogging Dublin, Ireland, Cork, Irish, Anna, Saccone, the style, diet, left, Lufthansa. Mate, what is have they just like spammed a bunch of shit in the? I guess this is how YouTube worked back in the day.
Unknown substance leaking.
What the fuck? Have I think, yeah, I actually clicked off of that video, like, instinctually. I did not even mean to do that, man. I didn't like that. I almost don't want to fucking, like, I've like, every commentator bone in my body saying, like, go back to the video, give it a watch, see what that is actually going on there, but I really don't want to click that link again, man. But I guess well, none of you saw it, but I guess, it was a video, it was the very start of the video, you see Jonathan, and he's got his camera up, and he goes like, oh, there's an unknown substance coming from my baby's diaper, and then he close-ups on the diaper with shit in it, and then like starts tickling the bottom of it, and the baby's just in her diaper, man. And I screamed, and now my cat is curious. He's come to comfort me. Right, come here then, Prince. I'm gonna fucking need you after that one. Ladies and gentlemen, your Royal Highness has arrived. Isn't it crazy that my cat's life is less documented than these children? You see his tail go past the camera there. That was unreal. Yeah, I'm not gonna click back on that video, man. I guess we can have a look at the TikToks. Obviously, this came a bit later because TikTok is a newer app. But because they found so much success on YouTube, they obviously thought, you know, TikTok is a natural progression, especially for a family channel looking for virality or whatever. I guess it makes sense business-wise.
Y'all, I'm Pamela Pepkin, and you're about to do Pamela Pepkin's Halloween workout. Woo! This is
And this was a week ago, so like, yeah, they're very much still, you know, they're still plugging along. But you can see here, it's like OG YouTuber you probably watched back in the 2010s. Now I just make what my kids tell me to. Very manipulative, sort of framing the entire brand as like, oh, I just do what the kids say to do. I have nothing to do with this, right? I'm not exploiting anyone. I'm just giving my kids a good life. They ask for something, I do it. They tell me jump, I say how high. They want fucking tacos, I give them 50 billion tacos. You know, how on earth could you possibly criticize that? It's like, no, realistically, the kids, you're not doing, the kids have, this is you. You're doing this for you. You've been doing it for you for the last over a decade now. Because if you cared about these kids at all, then what we talk about later in this video would not need to be spoken about. You also probably wouldn't have shown your daughter half naked with shit in her diaper whilst you like stroke it. Like, oh man, it was so, I could not believe that. Whilst we're here, can we have a look at this fucking like bio that they have on the YouTube channel? The SacconeJolys YouTube web series ran from 2010 to 2020 for 10 years. Yeah, that is 2020 minus 2010. That is 10. Well done, pal. Jonathan Jolie and Anna Saccone shared their lives online. During that time, they had 4 children, Amelia, Edie, Alicia, and Andrea. The first 2 were born in Cork, Ireland at Cork University Maternity Hospital, and the 3rd and 4th were born in London at the Portland Private Hospital. The web series won several international awards during its time. It wasn't a web, I hate when fucking YouTubers say like web series or show or whatever. They're just YouTube videos, man. 2 times best-selling author, Celebrity Dad of the Year. I guess it really goes to show just how like huge these people actually were. But I mean, Celebrity Dad of the Year, I would not award this bloke with it. If I had to bestow a father with like Celebrity Dad of the Year award, it would be someone who's like, we don't even know they have a kid. Like they keep it that private. Because I genuinely feel as though like that is the best possible way to go about things. Okay, now let's circle back in time to their first big controversy. Because let's remember, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, just having a family channel wasn't seen as something controversial. It was actually seen as rather normal back in the day. Like when the Ace family were coming up, for example, even then, like as recent as then, having a family channel in and of itself wasn't seen as too bad of a thing. Whereas nowadays, the term family channel has so much negative connotations to it. That's not to say that it's impossible to make one that is like, you know, humane, but it would need to be very non-traditional and very overt or like overtly contrasting to what we expect from a normal family channel. If that it needs to be different, right? Like probably a lot less exposure to the children, that sort of thing. Long story short, it's just not worth doing, in my opinion. Anyway, you can see this article here was updated 24th of August 2019. So yeah, a while back, but this was their first big controversy, and this is like near their peak as well. Fans horrified over YouTuber's abusive punishment for toddler.
Why? Take up an apple. What happened?
Yes, he got a cold shower.
Yeah.
Oh, like last night. Come on.
How did she react anyway? Was it horrible? Daddy has to do the discipline bit because I literally can't do it. It sounds really cruel. And when I say it, I'm sure people are gonna say it's cruel, but this is like, has been going on for a while, so it's kind of our last resort.
So one of their youths removed their nappies and started smearing shit all over the cot at night, which obviously isn't ideal, but it is, you know, a thing that kids might do sometimes. And obviously it's not something that you ignore, right? You should do something about that. Whether it be like a punishment or a negative reinforcement type thing, I don't know, you fucking read some parenting books. I'm sure these people, if you're running a family channel and you're showing people how to be parents, you need to set a good example, in my opinion. So their method of discipline when their child smeared shit all over the cot was to force them into a ice cold shower. You could hear it sort of slightly in that wee video there, but it's detailed in more detail in the text. I'll play a clearer video now of Anna explaining the entire thing.
So, I don't know if we ever spoke about it on here, but basically she's got into this habit of cruising, of pooing in her nappy, and then she was taking her nappy off at night or at nap time. Now she's not doing that anymore. She's taking her poo out of her nappy with her hands and putting it into her bed. So we're trying to figure out a solution right now. We have a solution at the moment, but it's... Hi. Did you get in trouble?
So yeah, another thing to remember here is that this kid is 2 years old, so plopping a 2-year-old kid under a cold shower, I think is mental. Especially as a form of punishment for something that, like, you know, isn't uncommon in children. Maybe a stern but civil discussion with your child might be better. You know, treating them like an actual human being instead of a fucking dog that doesn't understand English at all.
Sounds really cruel, and when I say it, I'm sure people are gonna say it's cruel, but this is like, has been going on for a while, so it's kind of our last resort. But apparently if you wash them down, because obviously there's a mess, with cold water in a cold shower, that works to like stop them doing it. Yeah, you had a cold shower. Why? Do you know why? Do you know why you had a cold shower?
No.
She doesn't even know why, so it's not fun. It clearly hasn't fucking worked. It's useless, man. You just put her in fucking agony for no reason. Now, I think maybe calling it abuse is... I'm not sure. I don't know if I'd be particularly angry at someone calling it abuse. I don't know how cold the shower was, how often they did it. I don't know. It's tough to tell exactly. I do think that the family is abusive by pure virtue of them being a family channel and exposing so much of their, like, these children's personal shit online. Personal shit, like, literally, by the way. Like, we've seen literal shit in diapers. We're now hearing about, like, the intimate details of the potty training or whatever. But if it was just the cold showers, I don't know if that claim alone would be enough to substantiate abusive claims. However, I definitely do think that, like, in addition to all the other shit going down on this page, calling them abusive is, like, not far-fetched at all. It certainly isn't a good look, especially when the mother herself, Anna, is literally unable to be in the room as it happens because she thinks it's dead cruel.
Really hard when they're so cute. But okay, Eduardo, don't get involved. It's okay. So...
What a cheeky fucker, that other kid. Ooh, you had a cold shower because you were being naughty. And you see how, like, angry she got? She's like, no! No! It's just, you know what? I laugh, but it's a reminder of just, like, how young that kid is, man. I almost said Wayne there, man. The Scottish is getting to me. Fucking London vocab is slipping away. You know, the Mandem always make fun of me when I go back to London as well for sounding too, like, Scottish and that.
You know, a cold shower, washing them in cold water, apparently, is the only thing that works.
The only thing that works. What do you mean apparently it's the only thing that works? Like there is literally no other option to teach your child not to smear shit all over their bed than to give them a cold shower. I think a lot of children do what your kid is doing right now, and most people don't handle it by covering their child in like ice cold water. Especially when they don't even know why they've been cold showered. It clearly hasn't worked. Like this is useless, man. You've caused your kid pain for no reason. Most adults cannot handle cold shower. Have you ever seen like an adult go into a cold or try to cold shower yourself? It's bad, man. Like if there's any athletes or something watching this video, you probably tried it like once or twice for recovery, and or seen people try it. And when I witness people take like ice cold showers, it's like you could have told if I just heard the audio, you could have told me they were in a fucking gas chamber, and I'd believe you. Now, just to be clear, I am 100% sure the showers were not that ice cold here. But regardless, it's still, you know, a shitty thing to do in my opinion.
I have such a fun idea, guys. Are you ready for this? Yeah. Let's go upstairs and have a shower.
No, Mommy said we're having a bath.
I don't know if people are looking into this clip way too much, the fact that she prefers bath over showers. Although I will say, like, it definitely makes sense that if showers were used as some form of punishment when they were younger, it makes sense as to why they wouldn't like to shower as they get older, because you've conditioned them to fucking despise showering. You know, you should probably be teaching your children that showering and keeping clean is, like, a good thing that you want to be doing. So maybe using it as a punishment isn't, like, you know, it's not the best move in my opinion.
Right, I think shower tonight, yeah?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think shower tonight.
No.
Okay, be careful. Come on, upstairs with Erica, quickly. Quickly.
I want a bath.
I know, but it's a bit too late.
Are we having a warm shower or a bath?
Warm shower.
Yeah, they need to clarify now that it's a warm shower after all the controversy, I guess. Yeah, this is definitely a really shitty, like a really fucked up thing to do. A child should never feel that, like, keeping clean, a basic human necessity, like a right, is a punishment. And you can see, I understand that a lot of children don't like showers anyway, but it doesn't look good here when they've been used as punishments before. Like, people are gonna draw that conclusion or draw that sort of, I guess, link between the two. And who could fucking blame them for it?
Leslie's a bit scared of the shower, so she doesn't want to go in the shower.
Weird. That it's like, again, it's one thing not liking the shower, but being like scared of the shower. That is an error on the parents' part, I feel. But again, hardly fucking surprising when they're being used as punishment for smearing shit all over the bed. Now, oddly enough, they were popular already, but that controversy almost skyrocketed their popularity tenfold. Obviously not for a good reason or for a reason that they would, I don't know, want. But they were more popular after it because a lot of people were talking about them, and I think this might be where like the slight disdain for family channels may have begun. It hasn't peaked yet, but it had, like, the conversation had started as to family channels potentially being immoral. Obviously, as the years went by, I think maybe around like 2022, 2023, they were seen as like completely, if you started a family channel, you're pretty scummy, like. Not to say there weren't successful family channels at that time, but like, you know, they weren't enjoyed by anyone who weren't children. Or wrong'uns, right? Children and wrong'uns. Guess that's not right either. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think family channels became hated when commentary channels became liked, which when you think about it, that makes total sense in my opinion. Like, when commentary videos started rising up and becoming more popular, family channels were getting a lot more shit because the commentary channels, which like the whole goal of commentary, for in many people's opinions, is to like call out horrible shit on the internet, and family channels are one of those things. But these guys were so big that it wasn't just commentary channels talking about them, it was like whole documentary filmmakers. They never really had as many subscribers as the Ace family, for example, but in terms of mainstream attention, they eclipsed them, especially here in the UK. You know, channels in America, like the Ace family, for example, America's just a bigger place, so proportionally, it's not really as big of a thing because there's just so much shit going on in America, whereas over here in the UK, if there's a family channel that's like huge, it's going to be a lot more talked about because UK, smaller place, if, you know, a UK artist is popular here, they just get more attention, like nationwide attention, I guess. There was a filmmaker called Stacey Dooley who went around the UK looking at like strange families, quote unquote, and the SacconeJolys happened to be part of those families. And so one of the episodes was dedicated to how they raise their children, how they run their business, and there's a couple clips here that I feel are right. There's a couple clips here that I feel are quite interesting and, you know, tell us a lot. And also very important in terms of like explaining just how desperate Jonathan is now, because here he will say like, I would never do these things because if I did these things, it would expose my children to predators and such. And then nowadays you can see that he is doing those exact things that he himself has admitted will expose them to predators. You'll see what I mean when I play this clip, but like here's where shit gets murky in my opinion, like really bad.
There are certainly interesting conversations to be had. You know, they filmed the birth of their child. You know, it's very sort of Truman Show vibes. You know, will there be consequences? Stole my joke as well. That I said at the beginning of this video. I suppose this was, you know, 6 years ago, so technically I stole her joke. But I think she knew that Dankyjabo would make that joke 6 years later and stole it from me. So have that, Stacey Dooley. Grow up to regret having their entire childhood aired.
Hello.
How are you? Are you all right?
Andrea, I brought you the best baby.
Oh my God,
hello.
look at you. How are you? I'm Stacey.
Always camera ready.
I'm excited.
Hi.
Hello, darling. All right?
Yeah, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, really nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
That's all right.
Really grateful. So are there cameras all around the house? How does it work?
Not really. We just film ourselves. You're just kind of sharing as you go along.
Do you share every day?
Every second day.
Every second day.
Yeah, I did 8 years every day, and then we had Andrea, and then I was like, okay, I think I need to figure out how we're gonna make this work. You know?
It's more like I said it.
Yeah, Anna told me I'm no longer gonna work every day.
No, he's like a workaholic.
So do you tend to do videos as a pair all the time, or do you sometimes do your own videos?
I used to do my own, but it just wasn't really fair. Like, I wasn't spending all of my free time, I was spending working instead of with my kids, and I just didn't like that. I was like, this isn't really... They're only little for so long, and I'd rather spend my free time with them. I think I took like 2 weeks, or a week off maternity leave. A week. Because at the time I was uploading 3 times a week, and I only just stopped, like a few weeks ago.
Wow. I think people, like, outsiders don't really understand how time-consuming the videos can be, and because they look very informal and very off the cuff, there's that assumption that you sort of haven't put any work in prior to picking up the camera.
Yeah, people are like, I could just film myself every day and upload that to YouTube. I'm like, okay, try.
And everyone's wanting to do it now, so the competition's fierce.
She is right in terms of like, it is definitely a lot more effort than it looks. But just because you're putting effort into doing something, that doesn't make what you're doing moral. There are so many people that work incredibly hard to do incredibly immoral and shitty things. Like, oh, you're exploiting your children and putting their entire life on air literally from birth. Well, yeah, but we do work quite hard. Like, we work every day at doing it. You don't think maybe the fact that you work so diligently to make every aspect of your child's life public for millions to see might be like more of a problem than you think? Like, it makes it a little weirder that you're trying so hard to make their lives so public, especially when a lot of the shit you're publicizing is like borderline abuse.
The leader of the pack, you know what I mean? Like, he's the one who sort of takes editorial control, and he's the one very much feels like he's in charge of the channel. Anna's pretty sweet, actually. She's like the hostess with the mostess.
So what do you think of my audience?
I mean, on the whole,
They're a nice group.
they seem quite sweet.
It's a built audience of people who've been with us for a long time, and then they're kind of like part of this community, part of this group. And
They feel part of your family.
Exactly, and they are part of our family.
That's just hot. I fucking hate when people say that. Your fans are not part of your family. Like, I don't like it when YouTubers refer to their viewers as like anything other than just viewers. Even fans, I'm a little like, oh, iffy at. Like, I've never referred to my viewers as fans. I always use the word viewers. It's a, you know, it's a conscious choice from me. Fans feels a little bit like, okay, who the fuck do I think I am? Friends is like, I don't fucking know you. And then family is like, okay, what the fuck are we doing here? Viewers. Now that makes sense, right? You're viewing my content. Now, just because the people who watch your videos are merely viewers, if you want to use the word merely there, it doesn't mean that you can't appreciate them. Like, I really do appreciate people watching my videos. You watching this, I fucking really appreciate you. Especially if you're subbed, you leave nice comments, you like the videos, you do all that shit. I appreciate it more than you could ever imagine. That being said, you're not my fucking family. And I'm sure you won't have a problem with me saying that. Unless you literally are my family. My brother watches these videos, and if you're watching this part, then go fuck yourself. Get off my... I don't want you here. Go away. Fuck you. Fucking wee bastard.
She brought this baby over to me, and she's like, I named my baby Jonathan, because I've been watching you guys, and I got pregnant the same time as you.
Stop it.
And I was like holding this little Jonathan, going like, what? This is mental.
Wow, that is mental.
It's cool, like, you know, it makes you feel like, I don't know, like, it's not like a shepherd or something, but like a school teacher or something, you know? Like a shepherd? But you know what I mean? Like, it kind of, that sounds like godly or something.
A shepherd or a school teacher, man. Fuck me. I mean, that just goes to show how he views the people who watches as fucking a shepherd, man. A school teacher as well. Like, it's both so weird. The only person on YouTube who has the authority to call themselves a shepherd is me, my second channel, Shepherd Boy, where I will be posting more content more frequently in the future, I guess. I just came back from watching Chainsaw Man, so I'm going to post a review to that movie in a few days. Well, my thoughts on it. So if you're interested in that at all, then go give that a watch. I'm also going to America soon. I might vlog my time in America. That'll be fun. Second, it's gonna be more of like an intimate place, less editing, less flashiness, just sort of, you know, vibes, innit?
Say cheese.
Andrea. Hello, Andrea.
No,
Where you going?
Come on. Just keep saying cheese.
How do you tend to cover trips out like this? Do you ask the kids to behave in a certain way, or do you just follow actuality?
Just, yeah. You know, well, you've been with us for 2 days. Yeah. So I think your opinion now, you know, we could very easily put on a show on Friday. You know what I mean? Think you'd start to see cracks if there was.
Do you like being in the videos? You don't mind, do you?
What about our fun music videos you used to make? That almost killed me. No. You think it's okay that Mommy and Daddy make videos every day?
No.
Every second day?
No.
Middle?
Middle. Do you like being in the videos?
No. Sometimes.
It's understandable. He's gonna say no to everything.
Is it a no day? Do you like sandwich?
No.
Do you like water?
No.
Do you like the farm?
No.
Do you like me?
No. Yes.
Yay!
Yo, this is like not a good look. It's the most awkward dinner ever. You could tell he sat there like, ooh, come on, kids. Like, no, of all the times to be like moody, now is not the fucking time, man. But I feel as though it's truthful. Like, kids are truthful, man. If they really had like a lot of fun being in the videos, I feel like they would just say it. Like, yeah, I fucking love being in these videos. They don't even like it. Like, they're straight up saying no. And who could blame them? They get fucking cold showers and shit. Like, their punishment of being documented daily is horrific. I wouldn't enjoy it. When I was a kid, I just want to go outside and fight people and play football. I wouldn't want my dad to whip out a fucking camera and start vlogging us. You know, I tried to vlog the other day, and I was like, but I was with people, and I was like, I can't fucking, like, I was vlogging on my own, and that was fun. I could do that. And then like, when I met my pals, I was like, I can't get my camera out. This is so like, I am going to make this experience so much less fun for the people around me being like that pretentious twat, like, ooh, say hello to the vlog, guys. It's like, oh, go fuck yourself, man. The second I left, they would have chatted so much shit about me, like, yeah, that was fun or whatever, but Jesse was a bit fucking weird getting his vlog camera out and shit. Like, why can't we just hang out? Like, imagine having a family that do that constantly, man. I could not bear it.
I like the idea of documenting things. I do understand that sort of enormous moments, all of these milestones. That's probably a beautiful thing to be able to have. But for me, I'd probably like to just keep it within my gang, my circle. I wouldn't want it out there for 1.9 million people to see.
But now you're too grown up for diapers.
For me, I sort of probably sit somewhere in the middle because I can see where they're coming from. You know, look at the life that they're able to live. But, you know, I do understand the reservations of that. Showing complete strangers their children's entire lives, and they're not of an age to give full consent. Is it tricky sometimes? Because obviously your viewers love watching the kids, and the kids are doing sort of cute stuff all the time. So when you're just trying to chill out as a family, you're not tempted to think, oh, let me just film that. When they're just sort of bouncing off each other and just hanging out at home.
That's a great question, actually. I quite like this interview, especially for 2019. They're actually quite progressive in terms of like their thoughts on family channels. And it is easy to see, like, when they're in this huge, lovely house and they're able to live like such an easy life, it is easy to see like why they are motivated to keep this up, because in their minds, they're like, this is fucking great. We're getting everything we ever wanted, especially if they didn't have great childhoods themselves. They're like, we are great parents. We are giving our children what we didn't have, sort of thing. Maybe they're genuinely unable at this point to see just how immoral what they're doing actually is. Like, it's either they're completely ignorant to it or they're completely aware of how immoral it is, but they're doing it anyway. I think both of which are bad. But especially nowadays, it's bad because everyone knows how immoral this is. And there hasn't been one kid who come out of a family channel like this actually enjoying it or having appreciated it or not, you know, regretted being a part of it. Not as though they had a choice or anything, but like, I guess that's sort of the problem.
Just film that. When they're just sort of bouncing off each other and just hanging out at home.
I think it's like the longer, we find that now we will film more Alessia and Andrea cute stuff, because I think as babies, there's no implications of that, you know what I mean? But with Amelia, like, all her mates watch. There's some channels out there on YouTube that choose to make the narrative the children. But we've always said, no, it's like, it's an Anna and Jonathan show.
Because we chose this lifestyle, they didn't, and I'm always really conscious of that.
This is what I mean, it's utter bullshit. Like, everything they do, even at this point, was about the children. Like, everything was, it wasn't Anna, it wasn't Jonathan, it was the children. They were center point of everything that was happening. And if he himself there is saying like, oh no, it would be like horrible, it would be like immoral if the children were the center point of everything, it's like, look at his channel now, SacconeJolys. My daughter survives 100 hours, last to leave the tiny boat, and the daughters are the thumbnail, they're in the thumbnail of every video. The majority of the titles say like sisters, daughter, everything, man. Like, there's no denying it now. This is not the Anna and Jonathan show. This is the Anna and Jonathan's children's show, where you fucking slap your children in front of a camera and like fucking just diminish all of their privacy in fucking Mr. Beast style content, no less. So they're just chatting shite, man.
Some people just won't understand parents that choose to expose their kids to strangers.
We're really mindful of what we put out there. So we've never shown like fights, we've never shown tantrums, we've never shown potty training, we've never shown things that we...
Never shown potty training. Okay. Again, like, what the fuck am I even meant to say to this other than you're lying? The year this was filmed, you showed your kid smearing shit on the cut and then cold showering them to train them not to do it. That's fucking potty training. So how can you sit there and say like, oh, we would never do potty, that would be like immoral if we did that, and then do it? Like, that means that they aren't ignorant to it. That means they know what they're doing is shitty, but they're still doing it anyway, which I think is worse than them just being ignorant to how bad it is.
Would embarrass them later. We made the conscious decision.
Nothing they think would embarrass them later. Fuck me. I mean, you literally filmed them shitting themselves from like a week of their life.
But they didn't get a choice, so we're always really mindful of like, okay, well, we're not going to show them in a bad light. We're just going to show like the cute moments. So it's not like their entire life.
You filmed the bath, man. Like, there's such bullshit. It's such bullshit. Like, both these people are insane. I think the dad is a lot worse because he is like, he's very clearly the grandmaster of it all, right? He puts most of the things out. The mom's complicit, don't get me wrong, but I do see myself being a lot angrier at the dad. I think mainly because like nowadays he is the main perpetrator. Like, he has not fucking stopped. I feel like Anna at some point got a bit sick of this shit. He's like, you know what, fucking just do whatever, man. I'm gonna do my skincare videos or whatever. Whereas he is still on this like children train. It's grim.
Do you get outsiders or strangers or viewers saying, why are you showing your kids online?
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you worry that when they are that bit older, they will read the comments and they will take it to heart?
I do worry about that, but then you can't protect your children from everything. And there's always going to be a bully in the schoolyard, or there's going to be somebody that says something negative, whether it's in a comment online or in real life. If that's the worst thing that they have to come up against, then so be it, you know? Like, there's so many worse things that are going on in the world that I just think they're lucky. I would want to teach them that as well. Like, don't you like going to private school? Don't you like the things that we've been able to afford for you, or like that we've been able to give you because of this lifestyle? Like, just looking at it that way and like from the bigger picture, I think puts it all into perspective. And
that is a horrible mindset to have. Like, that, like, it's almost guilt tripping your kid into like, oh, you don't like that your entire life has been put on blast for millions of people to see. You don't like that every time you go out, people make comments, people look at you, you get stares everywhere. People are leaving hundreds of comments every day about your appearance, about your personality, everything from memories about 5 years ago. Well, you're in private school, you have everything. We're fucking rich. You have food over your head. I was about to say food over your head. You got a roof over your head, food on the plate, you're eating fucking caviar every Sunday. So you have nothing to complain about. And the fact that you're fucking saying this shit to me, incredibly ungrateful, honestly. It's just a couple comments, man. Fucking get over it. Like, it's horrible. It is horrible. I disagree with this so hard. Not everything is fucking money.
One of the legitimate concerns is we know for a fact that sexual predators, paedophiles, perverts trawl through the internet, go through YouTube looking for videos of children.
Yeah.
That thought must have crossed your minds. And how does that make you feel that your kids are out there for them potentially to see?
Yeah, I think every parent has to be aware of the dangers in the world, you know, and that's why we don't film the children in scenarios that we think, you know, makes them vulnerable. You know, you can look at some of the thumbnails across YouTube and you can highlight the gymnastics, the swimming, the stuff that kind of like really emphasizes where you might have a higher risk.
So remember that will be very important later for reasons I'm sure you can predict by me saying that it will be important later. That is Jonathan saying right there explicitly, yeah, we understand there are a lot of predators online and it would be a problem. It would be really bad if we showed our children in a light where it is easy for people to see those children in a light that is like, you know, potentially explicit or in a manner where those people will be pleased, for lack of a better word. You know, it's tough not to get too graphic with this sort of thing. It fucking pisses us off just thinking about it. But either way, yeah, just remember him saying that, because it is him openly acknowledging that it would be a horrific thing if he was to show his children in that kind of light, because there are so many predators around. It wouldn't even be a stretch to say that if he started doing so, he might even be trying to, I don't know, pander to those people slightly. I mean, he's clearly aware that they're out there and he clearly knows what gets them going. Wouldn't it be really fucking bad if he went on to show his children in the exact light he said that he wouldn't do? I think it would be pretty fucking bad, personally. So, I'm not saying anything, but just remember him saying that because it will be important later.
Feel in your heart of hearts if it became apparent that a paedophile, a sexual predator, had been looking at your children, had been masturbating over your children, for example?
It's such an odd question, because how would you, I don't know how you'd feel. Like, obviously is it a terrible thing? It's like, I don't really know how to answer. Like,
You'd feel bad. You'd feel bad. What do you mean you don't know? What do you mean you don't know? You would feel bad at the very least, man. It's a fucking understatement. I don't know how I'd feel actually. Like, it's just a bit of a weird question. How would you feel? It's like, no, just say you feel bad. It's the easiest question ever.
don't really make content for that purpose. I just make it as difficult as I can for my content to be consumed that way. I don't think there's any footage out there. There probably was in our early stuff, and I admit that, and we made mistakes, and everyone
Bath
did.
time and stuff like
yeah,
that.
we kind of, because it was cute, and we had one kid, and we were like, this is fun, and stuff like that. A lot of them have been taken down now. We've removed a lot of them, and same with the pictures that we've had on our social media. And we just kind of like live and learn. I don't think we're bad people. We're just sharing our life, the good parts and the bad parts.
Again, remember he said that. It will be important later.
Because that's what you are.
No. Really? No, definitely not. Definitely. Like, I generally just don't leave the house. Like, when people ask me at the school what I do for a living, I generally won't tell them.
What'd you say?
I just say I'm a full-time mum. It's just sometimes it's easier. And because if you say, well, actually I make videos, or actually I'm a YouTuber or a vlogger, then that leads to more questions, and then you're like, oh, I really don't want all the attention.
She knows it'll be weird. Like, she knows if she says that she's a YouTuber and other parents are looking at the channel, looking at how they publicize their children, it will be really weird, and they'd probably get very, like, disapproving looks, and they chat shit behind their back and stuff. Rightfully so. Like, I feel as though these parents know that other parents won't approve of what they're doing, because it is bad.
Give a simple answer. We get invited to things and we just don't go, because I just hate that. One of the times we went in for an online award ceremony type thing, so all of the viewers were there screaming, there's like a red carpet, and I remember Jonathan really liked it, and he would like stop for pictures, and I found it horrible. Like, I was like, I do not want to do this. This is not this is not what I want to do in my life, and I just don't feel comfortable at all. I think it's easier to just be normal.
I didn't imagine that you would be so...
It's interesting though that Jonathan fucking loved that shit. Like, he's clearly more of a narcissistic one, which makes sense. Like, he's so clearly unable to let that lifestyle go, and as, you know, the views started diminishing for him, he started to get more desperate and, you know, do the things he said he would never do, which I'll show you later. Not obviously very censored, but I'll show it to you. Because, you know, he's been around 15 years, he's not a young fucking entrepreneur or anything. As the algorithm evolves and the Ace family, for example, comes up, it's just difficult for him to compete.
You know what I mean? And when you go through that process and you have a child, and all you want to do is share your incredible child with the world because it's the best child ever made.
Yeah. And I suppose my concerns would be, you know, you don't know if it's going to have...
You're just digging a hole right now.
No, but I'm just telling you. Are you asking me what I think? I think you don't know if there's going to be any impact long term on their mental health, etc., if they will grow up and resent what you've done.
How's your child not going to grow up and look back and look at the kind of things that you have done in your journalistic career and think, oh my goodness, my mom is in this? Or maybe something you do sparks controversy, and then later your child's friends read about this a decade later and think, did your mom actually do this?
At any point, one of our kids, or 2 or 3 or 4, could say, actually, I don't want to do this anymore, and we'd be totally fine with it.
That would be it.
Yeah.
I feel like Jonathan took that comment quite personally, even though it was dead respectful, but he like sort of clapped back at it a little bit. You can definitely tell that he has his heart in this a lot more than she does. That's why I feel like a lot less sort of anger or vitriol against Anna. Like, if this whole thing stopped and they just worked normal jobs, Anna would not miss this lifestyle, whereas Jonathan, like, he'd be crushed. I mean, they've had the opportunity to stop. They've made more money than like fucking 50 families combined, but Jonathan just still can't help himself. Either he's like shit at, you know, saving money and just fucking sacked it all off like an idiot, or he just loves this lifestyle and can't stop. He loves the attention. But the only way he can get attention, unfortunately, is through his children. Okay, so the next big controversy was that one of their children began to come out as transgender. Now, this child was 8 years old, and I feel like just saying that explains why this was so, I guess, talked about. And you can even see the comments on this video. Nah, she's way too young coming from a trans person. You should wait till she's older. But there's also a lot of support here as well. Happy trans youth is what she deserves. So cute.
I'm not even a boy. I'm a girl.
Green, green girls.
You all act like she's made irreversible life changes. She's expressing herself how she wants to in that moment. That's okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd be mad at that opinion in particular. Like, I do feel as though at 8 years old, if they were doing anything like biologically changing to them, like, I don't know, some sort of like estrogen injection or something, or, you know, gender affirming care or surgery of some sort, that'd be way too far at that age. Like, it is genuinely just too early. Probably not entirely safe either. But if it's just a kid wanting to express themselves, as long as they're not being like pushed in a certain direction and just supported, I'm not sure I have a huge problem with that. But maybe I'm not, but I also don't feel as though I'm educated enough on this matter to speak about it with full confidence or conviction. Like, I feel as though the level of education should always match the level of conviction. I'm not that educated on being transgender, especially at such a young age, so I'm not gonna speak with that much conviction. We'll go over some trans people's sort of opinions on this whole thing though. Before that, I'm not a fan of this, I will say. Well, the kid sort of dressed up in full glam, full makeup, which, you know, whatever, self-expression, I suppose. But I don't think anyone at that age, at 8 years old, should be, like, in full makeup. It's way too early. Like, just, regardless of whether you're transgender or whatever, like, an 8-year-old kid should not have that much makeup on. We'll read this post here, though, from someone who's actually transgender. I feel like this is the most sort of appropriate opinion that we can do, as opposed to just me talking about it. I'm not going to read this whole post. I'm not fucking Illuminati. I don't want to waste your time, but I'll pick out the most important bits here, because there are some really good points being raised that I didn't think about. I remember at the time finding it strange that such large amounts of Jonathan's TikToks were centered around E's decision to do things such as wear dresses. One or two I can understand, but the constant emphasis on how unconventional E's decision was seemed counterproductive to the message. If it's fine for boys to wear girls' clothes, which of course it is, then it's unnecessary and exploitative to make such a public spectacle of your child. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think, like this person says, once or twice it's fine, but to shove your child in front of a camera constantly and show how, like, you know, I guess progressive they are by wearing dresses and shit, is a wee bit counterproductive to the message, because it's like you're pushing so hard, like, this is an exception. This is not, my kid is not normal, but he's breaking through, or she's breaking through, or whatever, right? You get what I mean. But here's where things get concerning, and this is actually a really good point they bring up here. The only thing I do want to point out is that when asked why she feels like a girl, E's response is always something along the lines of, I don't want to play football, I like wearing dresses, etc. This concerns me. I don't know why more is not done to emphasize that boys don't have to conform to what's expected of them, and neither do girls. I also don't know whether or not E has discussed any of this with a child therapist. Now, that's so fucking true, and I feel as though a lot of people misunderstand what being transgender is. It's never as simple as liking things that are stereotypically based or related to the opposite gender. Like, struggling with your gender identity is an incredibly painful thing. Like, it is a struggle, virtually by definition. Like, it's looking in the mirror, looking at your body, looking at how everything's distributed, and like feeling so out of place, like feeling you're in the wrong fucking body. Like, it's this unimaginable, undescribable to a point where I can't even describe it because I've never felt that way before. And to soften it and bring it down to a level of, oh, I'm transgender because I don't like playing football and boys like playing football. Or, oh, I like to wear dresses and boys don't usually wear dresses. It's incredibly simplistic and, like, reduces it down to a dangerous point, in my opinion. What I'm trying to call attention to with this post is the way that E's parents have created an image for her online. Her coming out was split into multi-part videos on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Her name reveal was held off for a few days, and after her coming out in order to build up hype and generate views, transgender daughter is in the title of the videos so that millions of strangers now know this fact before they even press play. YouTube videos completely unrelated to her identity have the trans pride flag in the corner. So now if they ever do change their mind, or maybe become more educated on what being transgender is and realize that they're not actually as transgender as they think, which might not happen, by the way, but, like, it's definitely a possibility. They're so fucking young, who knows? It won't matter. Like, everyone's going to know that they had this phase as a child. If anything, it might just reinforce the idea, the transphobic idea, that it is just a phase. And it is difficult to see this as anything less than exploitative, because these people are so constantly exploitative, and they've been exploiting their children for decades now, literally. Like, you look at Jonathan's YouTube page now, which we'll look at after we look at this post here, and he's doing the exact things that he said he would never do because he knows it exposes those his children to predators online. It's difficult to see him doing something like this and take it as, like, anything that is good faith. Like, if you're willing to expose your daughters to predators online, self-admittedly, then I refuse to believe that you marketing your child as transgender or whatever is, like, an actual good faith, well-intentioned decision. I wouldn't even be surprised if you're doing this to rage bait people who are transphobic and garner attention from them, because any publicity in your eyes is like a good form of publicity. I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening here, but it could be. Maybe it's a combination of a bunch of different things, but, like, either way, it's going to stir up a lot of controversy and stir up a lot of conversation. Like, those videos are some of the most views that they've ever gotten since they, you know, stopped the YouTube channel. So they have every reason to, you know, keep doing those videos and also reinforce the child's very simplistic idea of what being transgender is. You know, they have every reason not to say to the child that well, just because you're a boy, it doesn't mean you need to like boyish things. It's totally fine for a boy to wear dresses. You don't need to be transgender to do it. It's like actually teaching their kid that is counterproductive to making money, being financially stable, and, you know, being relevant, which is something that Jonathan cares deeply about. So it all is just concerning, in my opinion. When I say this breaks my heart, I mean it. So many of us cringe at the thought that a stranger will walk into our parents' home for dinner and see a pre-transition photo hung on the wall. Imagine that there is hours and hours of video and photo footage of you pre-transition online, already viewed by millions and available to be viewed by billions more. The most intimate moments of her transition are being used for financial gain at an age where she has no understanding of money or the permanence of the internet. It's impossible to convince me that Eve's father is not ecstatic about the amount of attention that her transition is bringing him. She is the center of almost every one of his TikToks, and because all press is good press, she is not shielded from the hateful comments. In fact, she's shown them in order to make response videos with obviously coached one-liners. Whether she shows it to him or not, because honestly, the idea that she receives praise and attention from her father for making TikToks about being transgender is a whole other can of worms. The psychological impact of your identity being publicly disrespected by Ben Shapiro at age 8 must be immense. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't fucking imagine. Like, this is a really, really good and, like, thoughtful post here. This is why I definitely think it was productive to get the opinion of, like, an actual transgender person, because they're bringing up points that I never would have even thought about. Jonathan is a bad parent. There is no way to convince me otherwise, and there is no other way of putting it. His craving for attention and money is crystal clear from the media persona alone, and he does not care what he has to do to get it. By association, his wife Anna also is, although she seems much less involved with the entire thing. Unfortunately, there is not much we can do about it, but I'm just hoping that if enough trans people speak about the damage that this will do, Eve's parents will finally see some fucking sense. And the comments all completely agree with them as well. And these are all trans people too, or non-binary. I honestly think you could remove the trans label from this discussion and come to all the same conclusions. Like, but the fact that they're coming out as transgender, so to speak, just adds another layer of intimacy to the whole thing that makes it so much more fucked up. But even if they weren't, like, at all, it's still fucked up just at a base level to show these things online and expose your children to the internet in front of millions this much. Anyway, here's where things get grim, because we are going to take a look at what Jonathan is doing currently with the children. Remember when I said, you definitely do remember when I said to remember what Jonathan was fucking saying about what he would never do. But now I'm about to show you a clip from this incredible YouTuber, Behind the Screen. Behind the Screen made a video on these people about 2 weeks ago. Their channel is great, by the way. If you enjoy my videos, you'll definitely enjoy theirs. I'll put a link to their channel in the description below. And they put together a very convenient wee compilation of Jonathan doing the exact things that he said he would never do.
Every parent has to be aware of the dangers in the world, you know, and that's why we don't film the children in scenarios that we think, you know, makes them vulnerable. You know, you can highlight, you can look at some of the thumbnails across YouTube and you can highlight the...
I mean, look at that. Like, the highlight, I would never highlight the gymnastics. And then the fucking thumbnail is literally gymnastics in the biggest possible writing ever with, like, AI body parts put on her. Ooh-wee.
Really emphasizes where you might have a higher risk. How would you, like, I don't know how you'd feel. Like, obviously, is it a terrible thing? It's like... I don't really know how to answer, like, because I would say, like, you know, because all I do is I don't know. I don't really make content for that purpose. I just make it as difficult as I can for my content to be consumed that way. I don't think there's any footage.
Like, what even is this thumbnail? Why is she doing the splits next to a security guard at a shop or whatever? If she's trying to, like, shoplift or anything? Why would doing the splits be, like, why is that a necessary part of the thumbnail here? She always, it's so grim, but I can't even fucking say it, but she has her legs open in all of these fucking thumbnails. She's a fucking child, man. Like, she's not even a teenager. And he's saying, like, 6 years ago, when the climate was, like, a lot clearer with channels like this, when people were less critical of them, that he knows that videos like this or thumbnails like that or poses like this cater to the exact audience that no parent, like, it's the worst possible scenario. It's the biggest nightmare for any parent out there. It's like the biggest fear ever, and here he is catering to those people.
I don't think there's any footage out there. There probably was in our early stuff, and I admit that, and we made mistakes, and everyone did.
Bath time and stuff like that.
Yeah, we kind of, because it was cute, and we had one kid, and we were like, this is fun, and stuff like that. A lot of them have been taken down now. We've removed a lot of them, and same with the pictures that we've had on our social media. And we just kind of like...
Photoshops the 8-year-old body to look older. Oh my days. Oh my God. Bro, that's insane. They also had a podcast saying the wrong things to black people at House of Donna BLM. All right. We lost a baby, sad face. I mean, you really clickbaiting like a miscarriage? I guess it was your miscarriage, so I don't know. It's still a little distasteful in my opinion.
No kids allowed.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of No Kids Allowed.
the #1 rule of this show.
Imagine that being the intro to a video about about a miscarriage. I remember Anna's video about miscarriage like it was yesterday. This is meant to be a sad video, like a really personal fucking deep video, and they've clickbaited it. I don't know why the thumbnail quality is so bad, but you can clearly see what's fucking happening. They've posed for it. They've done like a Mr. Beast thumbnail, and they've introed it with like a peppy pop song version of like, it's fucking so weird, man. It's just weird. We're not going to go over this podcast, so it's a little irrelevant to the whole thing. I also want to play a video that behind the screen highlighted as well, which I feel is very important. Again, I cannot stress enough, go show some love to her channel. She's great and given me many an idea to steal in the past, so thank you very much if you're watching this, pal. By the way, here's a clip. It's very fucking concerning.
Okay, I'm through being nice. They don't give grades to parents, but if this is your child, you fail. I'm sure mom and dad thought this was just the cutest thing ever and they were creating the next big internet sensation. And that probably didn't happen, but here's what I can guarantee you did happen. First, this video has been downloaded and saved millions of times by people around the world. At least one of those perverts is tech savvy enough to have made an AI-generated video featuring this little girl's likeness, and it's getting shared thousands of times a day throughout their secret community. Lastly, there's a child sex trafficker somewhere out there doing everything he can to find this child and see if an abduction might be possible. If you think I'm making any of this up or overstating it for dramatic purposes, you don't understand what happens on the dark web, and you don't understand the depths of depravity of the child sexual predators who hang out there. Bottom line, moms and dads, stop your kids out for your own desperate need for attention.
I don't know how anyone can disagree with that message at the end there. If you do disagree with it, then I guess be sure to let me know why. Usually I'm very open to discussion, debate, conversation on this channel because I have a lot of opinions and a lot of them are wrong, obviously, because that's just sort of what happens. Maybe not wrong, because opinions are technically never wrong, but I guess misguided, misinformed, ignorant. Those are better words, right? And I'm totally open to being educated or held accountable in the comments, but something like this, don't, you know, pimp your kids out for content on the internet. I feel as though I don't want a conversation to be opened about that one. You shouldn't do it. What is this book that SacconeJolys has released? A mesmeric, harrowing, and uplifting childhood memoir that will open up much needed conversations about identity and mental health. Who are they quoting? Like, you know when you put a quote, you're meant to like put who said the quote after, otherwise it's just fucking random words. Is that, I guess that's SacconeJolys describing his own book. It probably wouldn't look great if he, you know, quoted himself after it. So he just thought, you know what, fuck it, let's just say no one after. Well, these reviews suck. No one likes this book, man. No one rates it. This entire review has been hidden because of spoilers. Mate, who fucking gives a fuck about spoilers in the SacconeJolys book? Yeah, no one rates this book. The highest rating I can find scrolling down for a couple of minutes is this fucking 2-star review. This is rubbish. I love the word rubbish to describe things, man. It's very English, I feel. Oh, I kind of want to read this fucking book now. I do have a second channel now. Maybe I'll fucking... Who am I kidding? I'm not going to buy this book. Like, there's just no chance. But I could do if I wanted to, and that is the joy of having a second channel. Anyway, Amelia, the oldest child in the SacconeJolys family channel, has made a TikTok. Now, this is not confirmed to be Amelia's TikTok. However, there are a lot of videos here that can't seem to be found anywhere else on the internet of the family. Now, maybe that's because we just can't find them, but if this is genuinely the only place where those videos are being seen or originated from, I feel as though there's no other place they could have got them, so it kind of has to be Amelia. But as I show you, like, this account here and just stuff about it and what they've done, just bear in mind that it is not 100% confirmed. I would say it's more likely than not, though. But you can take these however you'd like, right? You can see her liking comments here of people saying that she's being used for money and that the dad's a fucking arsehole, basically. Just comments upon comments of comments being fucking really critical of the family, and she's liking them all. Straight up replying to them as well, sort of, I guess, backing up what they're saying. Says, my mum isn't the problem, she's actually amazing, I love her so much. It definitely makes sense if this is the real account that she would be closer with the mum, who definitely seems a lot less about this lifestyle. Seems to bother her slightly that when people chat shit about her mum, because she, you know, seems to like her mum a lot. It's weird though, because on that same account you get shit like, I don't understand why people keep twisting my words around, because my dad is actually amazing and I literally love him so much, and he's honestly like my best friend. He literally be so chill and like the best dad, so, and the reason I haven't been in the vids recently is because I want a break and my dad respects that. So guys, my dad is actually amazing, please. So this makes me question whether it's the real account or not, because we're getting very contradictory fucking stories here. Maybe her dad forced, if this is real, maybe her dad like forced her or coerced her to put that post out because they were getting bad press. There's a lot of sort of detectives here on the fucking Reddit. Edie follows the account, Anna follows Edie's account. Emilia posts pictures of herself and her childhood best friend that aren't posted anywhere else. A lot of these videos are friends only, means she has to follow these people back for them to see her videos. She only changed her profile picture a few days ago. It used to be a meme. It's 100% her. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's definitely 100% her. Like, there is no way of verifying. Especially when the posts are so weird and contradictory. Like, you just don't know. But it's likely enough to be worth bringing up in this video for sure. Fucking hell, this terrified me. My stomach's actually doing that thing. Like, that actually scared me. Like, I'm still feeling like, oh man. Yeah, too loud. I'm gonna turn down my speakers. It's fucking so loud. Hi, are you okay? You were hiding your face in your dad's recent short. I don't know if it was a costume. Insecure and depression. Mate, what is with the fucking audio on these things? It's like, it's unwatchable, man. But it does seem like her account. Wait, what's this? Anna Saccone has left a comment. Is this the real? Oh no, it is real. That's her real account because her actual mum has commented on it. So there's no way she'd comment on a fake account. So it is verified real. All that shit I was saying before is real. So fuck me, like she's online posting about how shit her dad is and then all of a sudden put something out about like how great he is. Something definitely went on there and she's talking about how insecure and depressed she is. I think there was some stuff about feeling like suicidal on the TikTok as well. Like, it's all very concerning shit. But it's been verified real, like that is a real account. I'm really not sure, oh god. I mean, this rabbit hole goes deep. I'm getting like super uncomfortable right now actually thinking about that shit. So honestly, I think that's where we end the video. It was a bit of a longer video. There was a lot to talk about though, so hopefully you appreciate that. As always, I do hope you enjoyed. And just a heads up actually, my pal Nico put a vlog out on his channel. When I was back in London, I was seeing my friends and that, and one of them started vlogging just to like keep a digital diary of all the memories and shit. So if you want to see a bit of my trip down in London, then go over to his channel. It's on screen right now. Go show him some love and call him dead handsome in the comments. There's another one coming out later where I take him to the amusement park as well, so that should be fun. Yeah, all that aside, that's the end of the video. So hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, fuck yeah. Catch you in the next one, hopefully.